It's estimated this Christmas we'll spend a record £150 million on toys for the children. A sign that despite the economic situation, this is one market which continues to grow. But while, once again, many millions of children wait anxiously to discover what's in the stocking this year, it's a pleasure which all too often lasts far too short a time. Kids will be kids, toys will break. A problem which the conscientious toy manufacturers never stop trying to solve. These people are no exception, and they certainly have ways. This is the Quality Assurance Test Laboratory at the East End factory of Lesney products, otherwise known as the torture chamber, and it's not difficult to see why. In here, toys are subjected to the kind of treatment that even the most destructive child could not achieve. Rusty, the pull-along dog, is being put through the pull test. His little tail is pulled at a force of 15 pounds, which is maintained for 10 seconds, to establish just how much he can take. But when that's over, there's more to come. He's then made to walk the equivalent of 3 miles to test his stamina. There are all kinds of instruments of torture devised here for testing the quality of toys. The drop test is another. 4 times the plastic boat must be dropped. Once on each side and once on each end. If it survives, production continues. These are the kind of tests carried out when a new toy is either going on the market or as random spot checks, just to make sure toys already in production are maintaining the standard. Like Tia the doll, who's getting her hair pulled again. This is pulled at a force of 3 pounds for 10 seconds. That represents the most, plus perhaps a little bit more, which she'll suffer in her lifetime in the hands of a child. In fact, what all these toys are going through represents months of use and abuse in one short session. And in observing the lasting qualities of toys, safety too is obviously a very important part of the tests. Whatever the kind of abuse a child can inflict on a toy, bending it, twisting it, pulling it, dropping it, you can be sure they've thought of a way of simulating it here at the Quality Assurance Test Laboratory. Children, for instance, have a well-known habit of putting toys in their mouths and biting them, which means the effects of that must be an important part of the test programme here too. Well, this in fact is the device you use for that, Mr. O'Connor. Exactly how does it work?
Well, the toy is placed between these steel biting jaws, and the load is increased up to 50 pounds.
These actually simulate a child's teeth?
That's right, yes. We increase the load to 50 pounds. It's then held there for 10 seconds, after which we release, remove the toy, and examine for any damage. Now here we're looking for detached parts or sharp exposed points.
What was the effects of 50 pounds in the steel teeth on this little fellow?
Well, it looks very minimal, as you can see yourself. There's a slight indentation there. Apart from that, nothing much else.
But since these tests became more sophisticated, how much did that ease the problem for you?
We've found that the UK public are becoming more and more safety conscious all the time. And it's helped us enormously in applying these tests to reduce return rates. Although as a company we've always been interested and active in safety, the specification of safety makes it a lot more clear-cut for us. It's one thing giving a child a toy which is reliable, but I think it's more important to give a child a toy that's safe.